Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for May 4th, 2026. We've got base and prosperity today. And we've got only forge for trashing. We've got a 5-2. We've got lab is the only draw, plus actions from Workers' Village and Festival. And then there's a lot of gains. Workers' Village plus buy, Festival plus buy, War Chest gains stuff, Horde gains stuff. Okay, so, I mean, overall, I would say this is a pretty straightforward looking kingdom. You've got, like, with just the one draw card and not a whole lot of action-based payload. Horde looks potentially relevant. Like if you forge down really thin, you get a horde. You can do things like you could buy an estate, get a gold, and then forge the estate and the gold into a province, something like that. As far as how to open, 5-2 is maybe a little awkward here. I wouldn't mind having a war chest, but we're going to get lab named, and that is going to be annoying in terms of getting back to higher price points. Like war chest itself is not going to help with that. We could just open with a quarry. Quarry is essentially a gold for the purposes of buying action cards, which means if we were to hit quarry with 4 coppers, we would be able to get a forge. If not, like, we can still buy lab or whatever. That might be the way to go. Opening lab is, like, I mean, I do want all the labs, but opening lab is pretty sad. Lab nothing. And then Festival would be okay. I mean, it's really just a fancy silver in the opening. I think quarry is probably the way to go. And that speaks to the fact that probably we would rather have just not had the 5-2. But, oh well. Alright, I think I'll just go ahead and take a lab. 5 again. And the bot just straight up got that. Okay, sure. Why not? Alright, yeah, Workers' Village looks good. We might... Nope. Do another estate. We're just taking another lab. Trigger the shuffle. Probably. And another lab. Eventually we're going to get that forge. And the nice thing is we're going to have a bunch of... Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of draw in the deck to actually line that up with stuff. Well, not as much as I'd have liked. Okay, so... Probably just forge everything into a workers' village. We're going to be a little light on payload, right? We're going to have an estate that we can't really forge into anything in particular, and 3 coppers in the quarry. If there's like any argument. I would have really liked to see all 3 estates at once, but 3 coppers and a quarry is 1 more copper than we need to get like another 5 cost action. Bot forged its silver, which is a little weird given... Oh. I mean, we might just end up buying, yeah, like a silver that we can then use with merchants. We can do that without needing to hold on to any coppers. We could also choose to forge like a state workers village into a horde or something like that if we want to. Yeah, okay. So I guess we could also forge the quarry, but I kind of want to keep the quarry. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we forge Workers Village Estate Copper into Horde. And then we draw that with the lab. And we have 3 coins plus the 2 from the Horde. And we buy, the 3 coins is enough to get a lab with the quarry, and then we go lab estate, which gets us a gold. Is that too premature, I guess, is the other question. If we just took a gold straight up, what would we do? We don't have a silver in our deck yet, so if we wanted to do that, we would need 6 coins. So we could go gold and buy silver lab. We wouldn't really have anything to forge next turn. I also don't super need the lab right now, I guess, admittedly. Maybe we should get... we can't easily afford a war chest. I guess we could take a festival. If we go with the horde plan, it does mean we have more money next turn, and then the lab becomes more useful. The estate, however, we don't really have anything useful to turn that into in the short term, except for province, and maybe that's fine. I'd like to be getting into merchants, or maybe pick up a war chest. We could get a war chest. We could also get like not trash a copper and get a merchant in a war chest with 7. Or no, 6. 3, 4. No, we would need 7. So we would need to go for the gold in that case. The merchant costs 1. And then the merchant gives us a 3 cost, either gives us a 3 cost like forge target, or... Although I guess the 3 cost forge target isn't so useful if we don't in the estate. Damn it. Yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky. We could get, okay, we could do horde, and then with 6 we could get war chest merchant. Uh, uh, no, I'm doing this. That's one thing we can always do with the forge. Like if we get a gold now, the one thing that we can do with the forge next turn is just turn the gold into a horde if that's what we want. So maybe it does make more sense to get the gold now. Okay, so with 7 coins. Do we get with 6 coins we could get we could just go for the silver. What if we did go for the horde and got silver estate, and then next turn we'd also have the option of forging estate silver into a 5. Well, I guess we could do that just as easily with a merchant or a harbinger. I really don't know what to do. I really don't. As seems evident. I could also see the argument for getting a festival. It would give us an extra buy, it would give us some more money. Cost the same as a silver. I still don't really know what I'm doing with my forge next turn in that case. I guess the other thing we could do is aim to get a duchy, but duchy festival is more money than we can get to. The duchy is better for forge purposes, is the reason I'm thinking about this. You can forge that directly into a 5. You can't do duchy silver. We could do duchy merchant. We could do duchy workers village. Merchant, we're still not going to have a silver next turn if we go that route. I think we need 6 coins to get duchy plus merchant or harbinger. I think I'll just go for that. And it doesn't really matter which one we get, but if we don't forge it, which we're not planning to forge it immediately, merchant in the long run is going to be more useful. It's going to do less next turn, but harbinger probably isn't going to do anything next turn anyway. So I think I'll go with that. Gains a bank. Do you have, that's worth a little bit, but... Oh no. Bottom decked 3 labs. Okay. So we do have the quarry. We could forge the duchy into a war chest. And then buy... We certainly want to get the last lab. We could go lab silver, and then we've got a silver for the merchant. That seems fine. What did we bottom deck here? Merchant and something. Was it another lab? It must have been. Yeah. Okay. Well, should probably get these coppers out of the deck. We still only have 2 buys. We can get another buy with the war chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we could just have 6. If we could trash all this and just into another silver. 6 coins. Can't get a province that way. Which, well, maybe that's fine. I guess we could also consider getting, like, just an estate. The war chest could get a duchy. That would also activate the horde. It's not entirely clear that we want to activate the horde. The nice thing about getting an estate is we can forge estate gold into province. Yeah. Right. Festival. Okay. Do we want... I mean, we do want another buy, I think. Take a workers' village. Festival... We just trashed 3 coppers. But if we do get the estate, then it's a good number of stop cards we're adding back to the deck. So maybe we just take another workers' village or a merchant. Do we need more than 3 buys? Probably not. Merchant gives us more money. Does the bot still have an estate? Why does the bot still have an estate? Want another horde? Why would you want a second one? That's... yeah, that doesn't look very controlled. Alright, so we could forge into something that we want to play, but I don't really think that actually accomplishes too much. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we can just do that. Why does it not just resolve that automatically? Okay. Clearly putting this into play first. What I'm wondering is whether we actually want... Do we want to take a... Probably the war chest, we don't want to gain a duchy anyway. Probably not. I actually wouldn't hate the idea of getting a second forge if I thought I could draw well enough to, like, do multiple forges, but I think that's unlikely. Like, being able to stay thin-ish while scoring would be nice. It's not very realistic anyway. Probably we just take another merchant. Ultimately, we can forge war chest and silver merchant into province. Or lab, if that makes more sense. Now I kind of don't want to buy a province because I don't want that much gold. I mean, we could not play the Horde and just get a province, but then we don't have the estate. I kind of want the estate to forge into province again. I wonder if we just take 2 more merchants and like play this like a little bit on the slow side. Try to maintain control of our deck. Yeah, maybe. Somehow, despite adding 2 golds through Horde, the botches Druid's deck? That seems very surprising. Wait, it didn't play the Forge? This is all very confusing. Now just gained 4 golds with those 2 provinces. That does not look great to me. Again, I don't think we need to worry about wanting to gain in play. Okay, so... we're gonna have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We could get to 16. At the cost of not forging into a province. We don't necessarily want a double province here anyway. So I think we just do this again. Get 1 province. Okay, yeah, I was wondering if they would start naming duchy. We might want 1 more by the Workers' Villager Festival to get more duchies. For next turn. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 coins right now. Um, hmm. We're going to be able to buy. We're not going to be able to buy 4 duchies, but the might we end up wanting to buy like province triple duchy? That's a lot of money. I suspect we're not getting that far. We take a few more merchants, we can potentially hit double province while still doing the estate gold forge line. I think I will just take another merchant. And then there's like I guess there's a world where the bot could pile on like workers' villages and merchants if I lower enough. Because how many workers' villages are in the... There's 3. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So there's only 4 workers' villages out there, and I have 2 of them. So the bot only has 3 buys. 4th gain with the forge. But yeah, okay. So it can't do that. So I think, yeah, I think I'm just going to go double merchant estate. Let's see the bot. Yeah, not draw too much. Okay. So, yeah, we need 2 provinces and an estate or something along those lines to win here. Should certainly consider forge merchant war chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, that's not gonna cut it. Well, okay, so the war chest can gain an estate. We have 3 buys. Oh, we can forge horde estate. Is another option. Rather than gold estate, and then we get an extra coin out of that, effectively. Unfortunately, we can't forge the quarry. Well, we could if we hadn't played both of these workers' villages, but... So 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's also the option to forge province to province and then try to do it that way. I think that's just going to be harder, though. We get a province. Then we need province, 2 duchies, and an estate. Yeah, that's got to just be harder. Okay, I'm going to play the merchant. Didn't see all of our labs. Didn't see... We bottom decked to gold. That's annoying. That's really annoying. We didn't see all of our merchants. We actually bottom decked quite a few merchants. 3 of them? I don't think the bot has any. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, if we'd seen those other 3 merchants, we'd at least have the ability to buy double province, and then war chest for duchy or estate would just win the game. Cool. War chest, forging the silver costs us too much. Fuck. That's really obnoxious. Well, we should probably forge the war chest into a duchy, because the bot's going to name duchy. Man. really just bottom decked way too much payload and some draw to boot. What is even down there? Like, this is all of our VP. I know there's another gold down there. 3 merchants. Yeah, 3 merchants, a gold, and a lab. Ugh, that sucks. I don't really want more golds in the deck, I don't think. I mean, that's not entirely clear. We'll definitely take a free Harbinger. Bot only played 1 lab, so there's also the possibility it's going to play a bunch of labs and just double province. But yeah, I don't think we want the additional golds. I think we just go double Duchy Harbinger and be sad about the state of affairs. We could, I guess, have also... Yeah, fuck. Could have had that. Could have had it, but just didn't. Like, if we see this lab, that's actually all that we would have needed to do, because the lab would draw... I mean, maybe... No, because even if it just drew the gold, we would have had enough money. Like, we didn't need to see the merchants if we saw the gold. That's so... This is like, actually... This is... I think this is the only configuration of my deck... Like... Given that I drew it all, right? Like, I mean, I could have seen like a bunch of money in the forge or whatever in my opening hand. But given that I drew it all, this was like the only configuration of my deck that would have caused this outcome, basically. Like, is this... Well, I guess if I had managed to bottom deck the silver, but like my deck was still capable of drawing, fully. So obnoxious. I will say that I somewhat blame, like, you know, the fact that I had a 5-2 because it was a bad opening, but like I would like to think that, you know, I could have gotten a little bit further ahead otherwise, but I don't know. I think I was in a reasonably good spot, and yeah, I don't really like the gold flood. I guess it would have helped if I could have won the lab split. And I don't know if maybe, like, I did... when there were 3 labs left, the bot ended up getting 2 of them, and I had the opportunity to gain 1 that turn, but then I ended up getting 1 later anyway, so that didn't matter. What would have mattered is if I could have gotten 2 of them, or 3 of them, but I don't know that that was possible. Maybe it was possible, but then I would have been just really light on payload. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, also I could have just drawn better that last turn. All right, well, now we'll open Quarry Silver, and also the bot did get that turn 3 Forge, which is pretty gross. Like, what? Stop that! What the hell? Okay, well, at least we get 1 turn 5. And we get another lab, okay. Well, this could be... Oh, okay. Okay. So we can go straight to Horde if we want to. Is it worth keeping a copper to buy a merchant here? It might be. Unfortunately, we don't have another workers' village down there, so we're not going to have any plus buy with our quarry. I guess the counter argument against getting the merchant right now is that we don't really need the payload to buy actions because we've got the quarry. That's the argument against Horde as well. I mean, I think we do want a Horde ultimately, and this is going to be the easiest time to get it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Oh, oops, I forgot about the copper trash part. The gain, I mean, yeah, the gains are a little bit precious. Maybe this is fine. Go ahead and get the merchant. It will help us afford like a war chest if we want. Yeah, alright, alright. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. I got a second quarry. That's not unreasonable if you can like get the control for it. Well, we didn't find the quarry either. This is not great. I'm thinking about forging 2 coppers into a copper and just buying another lab. Just nothing special. It could also be 3 coppers and a copper by another workers' village. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Oh, come on. Alright, I guess this is 3 coppers and a copper again. Lot is going for Festival over Lab, which I'm fine with. Okay, I think this is just... We got 3 buys, 5 to 8 coins. Oh no, wait, 9. We have 9 coins if we don't trash anything. And we can take the last 3 labs. That is a lot of draw that we deny the bot at the cost of not doing anything about our payload. Just double check that. Yeah. This is kind of similar to last game where it's like, with the difference is we have a little bit more payload right now. The other thing we could do... Well... Yeah. I think we have to assume that if any labs that we don't take now, the bot will. Like, we could thin 1 copper and then get a state gold. like double lab estate. And we'd have a lot more payload for next turn. That may well be more important. Honestly, even like double estate lab would make some sense, because then we can forge the estate into a useful card like Workers' Village. But I think getting more labs is still like, I want to get at least 2. The other thing we could do is forge lab to lab and just deny the bot the 7th lab, or the what would be our 7th lab. I kind of like that. Forge lab copper into lab and do lab estate. What is this mass bank business with like no other money in your deck? Okay. So we could forge Merchant Estate into War Chest. That seems good. Do we want to forge the coppers as well? We probably do. We do, unless we're gonna like buy province or something, which I don't think we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coins is plenty to buy. With a quarry is plenty to buy whatever actions we want. So yeah, let's do that. Festival. Okay. I think I'll take one more Workers' Village. More Workers' Village means that you can turn around and gain more merchants. Oops! I didn't forge the coppers. What the hell? I said it. You heard me say it. I meant to forge the coppers. Fuck. Alright. Well, do we even want an estate this turn? Damn it! I really wish I'd forged those coppers. I suppose we could actually consider getting a bank as long as we have this much money. Maybe that is the way to go. Not that we need that, like, super urgently, but... The bot? So the bot... Okay, there's 3 quarries in the trash. The bot does not actually have one. I don't know what the hell it's doing, but... It's a little annoying. Like, lose the game, and then have it do this nonsense. Okay, so if we just want to clear out the coppers, we can forge copper, copper, silver to silver or whatever. Yeah, and I'm not really seeing... I mean, obviously that takes money away from our bank. I don't actually think that matters for the moment. All right. Guess I'll take another workers' village. Like, I mean, there's a possibility of a pile out here, right? And piles are not low in a way where the bot is threatening to do anything, as far as I can see. We have 4 workers' villages. The bot has 1. It does have 2 festivals. Yeah, I mean, we could just double province. That's not really what I want to do. So the bot does have, so it has a forge. How could that be in the trash anyway? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gains. So it's theoretically not. Well, it's safe. Yeah, no, it is safe to lower bunch here if we want to. Because the bot. Oh, I guess the bot in theory could forge into something that would then give it a gain. That, yeah, okay. So maybe. Take some more workers' villages. We could get another quarry to make this stuff super cheap. Go for the pilot that way. Like, we already have enough money to double province. We take a quarry. Yeah. We can also forge the 2 quarries into a province if for whatever reason we want to do that. Yeah, this looks reasonable to me. Oh, I didn't notice how low the banks were. Okay, I guess there's... No, okay, never mind. Okay, so I don't know if we have the gains to do this. If we were gonna forge something, I think workers' villages, but like the province. I mean, we shouldn't need to. It's just a question of whether we have how many buys we have, and I don't remember. We only had like 4 buys last turn, but we bought like 3 workers' villages. And we gained 1 with war chest. Yeah, I probably should have gotten more buys sooner, to be honest, rather than bothering with the merchants when I did. So if we have 8 buys, that should be enough to win, but we have to play all the workers' villages. Come on, don't do this to me. Thank you. It's like, I have 6 labs. Yeah, of course. Okay. I assume we just have it and we don't really care what we do with the forge. 2 merchants, which means forging silver war chest does cost us a fair bit of money between that and the bank. So whatever, let's just forge a lab into a duchy, I guess. And actually, should we be gaining a state off of this? 8 buys. Yeah, I guess so. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so that definitely went better. I think. I mean, so the previous game, the bot got a bunch of workers' villages and lowered the pile in a way where then it didn't seem particularly safe to take more of them, but that did mean that I didn't have so many gains, which meant I couldn't threaten a pile out very easily. So I think maybe there was an opportunity for me to set that up better last time. Maybe not. I mean, it helped that the bot was doing really stupid stuff this time, though. I will say, like, that if the bot was doing less stupid stuff, maybe it had scored more aggressively, maybe I wouldn't have been in a position to pile out. Although it would have needed like 2 more provinces, which is potentially a lot. But yeah, like having the reach with the second, like with all the buys in the second quarry. Like last time, I don't think there was much value in getting a second quarry by the time I was really like looking at the piles, because I didn't have the buys to like make that amount to much. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an opportunity for me to put myself in that position, but maybe there wasn't. I'm not really sure. Well, in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.